It just went on.
I'm going to say it should be connected because it showed everything.
Yeah, it just went on. Do you have the monitor so you can hear if she does wake up? Okay. I'll be out in about half hour. Hello, hello, everybody. We will be starting in just a moment. I'm getting all my ducks in a row here. Make sure that I have my documents ready to go. Okay, I think I've got them. All right, welcome to New Consultant Training Class 4B. So last week we spent a lot of time really talking about how to move through the appointments and how to close them out, and really touching on a lot of those important things. And just really feeling like you get to build the relationships that you want to build long term. And that's really what this is about. Like, Mary Kay is, yes, instant sales. And so you can make money every day that you are alive from sales and reorders. And that is wonderful. And yes, when you go into an appointment, our hope is that we'll be able to sell some products, that we'll be able to increase our income through that time. I also want to remind you, though, that this is a long-term process. And so just an instant sale isn't the full victory. And if you leave and you didn't necessarily get that instant sale, it's not a total loss. And I think you're gathering that by our time that we've been spending on these classes, that it's so much bigger than that. And there have been many appointments where I left and I didn't sell anything, but I built the beginning of a relationship, and over time was able to build way more than just a basic skincare set sold. It became a friendship. It became her friends and family. It became, one of the most loyal customers, or a new team member, or a sales director from that initial appointment that didn't necessarily have huge dollars attached to it. So remember that this is a big picture business, and you don't have to feel like a failure based on just sales or just one aspect. Remember that really what we're doing is in touching and investing in people. And when we touch and invest in people, the results come. They really, really do. So we're going to start by talking about the follow-up appointment a little bit. This is one of the big questions I get from people is, so what do I do at the follow-up? You've talked about the follow-up a ton, and I'm hearing this, so what is that? And good news for you is that it's simple. The follow-up appointment is not a complex, fancy appointment. And as I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure that document, the color consultation document, was emailed out in class 4A, if I remember correctly. I'm looking. Yes, I believe that I sent it in the last class's email. So if you have the documents printed out from that class, you may flip back and grab that sheet. If you didn't get that one yet, we will get it to you. It just very much goes over the process of working with a woman for a follow-up. So if it's just one-on-one, I'm just sitting down with her for an hour, and if she purchased skincare, I give her the option to do it with me. If she, isn't fresh, if her skin's not fully clean or whatever, I'll be like, let's do the skincare real quick. Or if she only bought a piece or two of it, I want to review it with her very briefly, just to kind of give her that experience again. It's just the miracle set that I'll do with them. And then if there's any supplements that we talked about that they wanted to try, like a mask, a scrub, any of those Primer, I do love to have them try foundation primer. That's a big one. I will just allow them to do that, and then we go into color, and we take time to sit down and show her how to apply great colors for her features in a way that looks the most, you know, looks the best for her, and according to her preferences, if she's a simple girl or if she's more of a drama with her makeup, and really just take that time and walk through it with her. And I don't just put it all on her. I will do some if she would like me to, and I really want her to feel empowered. So if I do one eye, I want her to do the other. I want to guide her so that she feels like she can reproduce it when I'm not there. I also like for them to try different things. So if they're always using one certain shade range, maybe try something different, try something new. I'm always like, it's free, why not? So you're just letting her experiment some with more products in our line and get some good exposure to the color and supplemental products that serve her best. So it's very, very simple, and it's pretty relaxed. I personally like to use samples of some of our products and full size of some of our products. So if you want to jot this down, the samples that I stock, that I actually buy from the sample section on Mary Kay and Touch, are mascara wands and eyeshadow applicators. I do stock that stuff. They have these little plastic things called spatulas. And spatulas help with the lip gloss, they help with lipstick. They're really nice for cream eyeshadow. And then I buy samples of eyeliner and samples of the fragrances. So those are the main things that I use samples of. Not a whole lot. Over time, I've built to where I use full-size versions of our concealer, of our lip products, of our mascaras, because I use clean wands and just dip them in there. And then I use our brush set to teach them the color with, so they get to use our brush set. And then concealer would be another product I use full size and just squirt some out for her. So in the beginning, it may not be possible for you to have full size of all the eyeshadows and full size of all the lip glosses for demoing, and that's okay. Start with samplers, and then as you go, and as you even find the colors that are most popular, as your business grows, you can invest in, you know, all the lip glosses, or most of the main lip glosses that you sell full size. They last a lot longer than samples do, but you have to kind of pace that out. So that's how I handle my color stuff. I have a palette that has all of my eyeshadows in it, and the palettes only cost $3 on the ordering sheet, and it's just a big black case, and there's a spot for all of our eyeshadows. There's room for all of them, so I can just, you know, feel like an artist and paint on from my palette. And then I have a palette for cheek colors and bronzer as well. So those are very nice for follow-up appointments, and I have a bag that is for my parties, and then I have a bag for follow-ups, so I don't have to carry everything all the time. I have the bag for when we're doing skincare, and then I have the bag for when I'm doing color and glamour with a woman. And it helps me not have to carry too much stuff, and it also keeps me from getting nickel and dimed at a party. Like, do you have eyeliner? Do you have mascara? It's awkward to be like, yes, but you can't have any. So if I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I don't have any with me, but the follow-up, I will bring that bag and all my palettes. Just an easy way to deflect that a little bit. So let's see. There are also a couple of resource documents I want to give you for foundation matching. That can be one of the most intimidating parts of color or parties for women. They're like, how do I match foundations? What do I do? How do I get that right? And first off, let me tell you this. It is okay if you don't get the right shade the first time. There is nothing to be devastated about, horrified by. It happens. And I still sometimes have to pick something else. We change the shade out, or it's like close, but let's compare it to something else, and the other one works better. So don't be ashamed. You don't have to apologize, like, I really don't know what I'm doing, I'm new. No, don't do that, but give your best guess and then work from there. And women understand, as long as they look good in the end, they don't really care. Also, take your time. Take your time. You'll get more comfortable, you'll get more confident. But if you just work steadily try it, you'll learn colors, you'll get it down, you'll recognize someone as you work with the colors more and more. So it takes a little bit of time. But let's grab the foundation charts and talk about shade matching. So the first one that I would like for you to grab is the Foundation Formula Benefits Comparison Chart. Foundation Formula Benefits comparison chart. And this is just a resource for you. We're not going to read through this, but it has their skin type, and then it has the recommended foundation for her, what kind of finish, and then what's the benefit of it. So if someone asks you, like, what's the deal with mineral powder foundation? You can say, well, it blends effortlessly. It makes lines, wrinkles, and skin imperfections seem to disappear. You just have an answer for them for either what would work for their skin or how that different foundation does work. So tuck that in your flip chart or your business bag so you can reference that when you need to. And now grab the Foundation Flawless Face Conversion Chart. Longest name ever. Foundation and Flawless Face Conversion Chart. From the email that I sent out yesterday. This is amazing. This is wonderful. And it's a lot of stuff, but let me just kind of explain. Down the left side, time-wise, the far left side of the chart says time-wise, luminous, and matte liquid wear foundations. So our liquid time-wise foundations, the shades are that first column. And as you scroll down, you'll see that there's pink, yellow, olive, and then like muted is what it's called. The white boxes are called muted, where it could be a blend of people's shades. Undertones are the biggest factor with liquid foundations because one woman has more of a pink undertone, one has more of a yellow, one may have more of an olive. And so they don't all necessarily want to wear the same shade of foundation. It's not about their darkness, but it's the undertone of their skin. And so each of the time-wise foundations, while the numbers go up, sometimes beige 1 and beige 2, it's not that they're so much darker than the other, but the undertone that's different. And so this is a cheat sheet you can use when you look at a woman. If she's pink, okay, ivory 1, ivory 3, ivory 7 are the pink undertones for ivory women. So now you narrow down from 7 shades to 3 shades that she might need as someone with a pink undertone. A lot of times, if they're like, up on their look and they, have opinions about foundation, they'll know I'm yellow, I'm pink, and they can tell you. If you're not sure, that's not something you've done a lot, which was absolutely me. Here's a couple questions you can ask that will help you identify. So jot these down. If you say, do you burn easily? And she says yes, then she's probably a pink undertone. It's like, do you burn easily? Yes, I do. Okay, pink. If she burns and then tans, then she's yellow. So if she does burn, but it turns into a tan pretty quickly, that's yellow undertone. And if you tan easily, that's olive. That's olive. So if you're not sure looking at her and you can't tell for sure what she is, just ask that question. Do you burn easily? Do you burn and then tan, or do you just straight up tan? And that'll help you understand her undertone for that document. So that's the far left side, the luminous and matte foundations and how they break down. And then when you get down into the bronze shades, there's yellow, pink, there's golden, and there's warm brown. And so they obviously don't tan or burn, I should say. They don't burn a whole lot, but they still can have that difference. They still have that difference in the undertone. And so you can ask them or kind of go by your eye, of what you think. And again, if it's not right the first time, try again. And then what you see in the rest of those columns is all the other formulas we have of medium coverage foundation, mineral powder foundation, CC cream, our cream to powder. I mean, everything is there. So if she's wearing one shade, say she's wearing the Ivory 7 Time-Wise Liquid Foundation from the far left. Well, when you scroll across, you can see, okay, if she wanted to get the CC cream, she would probably need very light or light to medium. And you can go across further. If she's using the Perfecting Concealer, she's probably a light ivory. If she's using, you know, whatever. And it even has our old products on here, because a lot of times you run into women who've used other things and they've changed things out recently. So it's awesome, because if they're like, yeah, I always wore Ivory 1 concealer, you can go look on that chart and see old concealer, Ivory 1, and see all the different shades that that would correspond to, so you know what to give her in our new concealer. So look at that, read it over, play with it, but let that be a resource that gives you confidence when you're matching people, that you have a place to go to look to get answers. And again, it is never, ever a shaming thing for you to need to look something up to check. I think people appreciate knowing that you're not flying by the seat of your pants, that you have resources and training and documents to help you to do well. So that's the follow-up appointment and shade matching resources for you. Take a look at those things and have fun helping women that next level of color and their next level of glamour and supplements. That's what makes Mary Kay special, is we're not specializing in one-time hit and run sales, as I like to say it. We want to work with them over time and really help them to learn some great things. So let me take you back to a document we've looked at a few times now and remind you of a few things. The SERVE tracking document. It is included in this class, even though you've received it a couple times before now, just in case you don't have it handy. So this document is really important to use right away. It simplifies things. It helps you to know who to be talking to and following up with, and it just makes your business so simple. So literally, this is my tracking sheet for July, and the bookings and appointments I had and people I worked with up through when I, through recently. So with the SERVE sheet, what I love about it is my whole personal business is on this piece of paper. As you look at it, you can see where I can see phone calls I've made. I can see the bookings I had and the ones that canceled that I need to reschedule. I can see the women that I met with, and then as you fill in across, you can mark down the layers that you did. So the date you met her, her follow-up date, her career chat, her guest, being a guest at the success meeting. At the bottom, when you share the opportunity and the layers there, that is the beauty of it, is it's all there. And then I keep this in my notebook from month to month, so I can go back and look and say, oh, I need to follow up with her about that mascara. She was trying it out. I don't know what she thought. Or I need to follow up with her about that booking that fell through. So it's wonderful, because everything that you do in your Mary Kay business is right here for you. And you can just have that running tally of what you've been doing. And it also allows me to work with you when you're having a challenge, and I can use this sheet to see, how is it going? How are you progressing? What are the holes that might be there? And so remember, we've talked now about booking follow-up appointments as part of that process of working with your customers and then ongoing Mary Kay customer service. Well, here, that's where this section comes in. You have the names of the faces that you see, and then the process of when is their follow-up. And you can see, you know, are you consistently doing that? And then are you sharing the opportunity with the women as well and passing that on? So when you fill it in as you go, you'll know that as this sheet gets full all the way through and it's all filled in, that's called working full circle. That means that you are working your business without any flat tires. The whole thing is flowing and thriving. And if you consistently fill these sheets up, all the parts are filling in, you're working through all of the different aspects, bookings and facials and sharing the opportunity and all of that, when that's all getting filled in, you will have great success. So if you want a visual to tell you how you're doing, let this tracking sheet, as you get it filled in and as you put the names in, let that be your marker of, okay, I'm on the right track. And if there's a hole somewhere, something that's not getting filled in, let that be the signal of, okay, I need to talk to my director about this, or I just need to start doing this because I haven't been, or I wonder what I need to learn to do better at that. That is that's what we call the layering process. It's working with people over time. It's building that relationship and going deeper than just in and out one time, sell her a mascara, hope she remembers you. That's not fun, and not lasting. So next week, we're going to talk about how your appointments not only give you a chance to serve women, but they all give you victories and wins and things like that are in your personal life and such. So that's a lot of fun. So as you are learning the skills of holding appointments and you're learning how to do follow-ups and match all of those things, and you're booking and you're sharing the product with women, you are going to have a ton of fun and a lot of victories that will come. And so we're going to talk about what can you do in your business that gives you a sense of success, a sense of results. And, more than anything, I want you to get what you came into Mary Kay for, whatever that tangible thing is, or the things that you see down the road for your family, for your life. I want you to get that. The cool thing is that just Mary Kay, you can earn other fun things and get rewarded, celebrated for a lot of stuff. And so if you ways to win all consultants sheet, ways to win, I'm looking for it here. Yeah, ways to win all. This is some of the ways that you can win in your Mary Kay business that you benefit, but I also love to share and celebrate that with our team. On jessmitchell.org, where our unit stuff is and where you may even have access to this material, there is a place, a page that says ways to win. And as you scroll across, you'll see ways to win. If you click on that, there's a place for you, and you can share the victories you're having. And that is not bragging. That is not foolish and silly. That helps me know that I'm doing my job. It helps me know that people in our unit are succeeding. It helps you know that other people are working and growing. And it's just a benefit for everyone when you share that. Please, please, always turn in those wins so we can celebrate them with you and with our team. So here's what the wins are. Let's look at this document. First of all, you can win through serving. When you invest time with women to try our product, to help them feel beautiful, to be loved on, that's a win. That's important. That is taking time to build relationships. So that's a serve win. You served women through our product. Next is profit. And that's pretty obvious. When you utilize your profit for yourself and you take that money and put it somewhere, we want to know, what is that? And I'm going to talk more about that in a few minutes. But what is that the profit that you're taking for your family? Giving is another way to win. Sometimes it's not so much that you need something, but that money allows you to do something for someone else. Or your business gives you the opportunity to serve people in a special way. Please share that with us. That's exciting. We want to know. Then you can win by multiplying. And that's when you not only keep your business for yourself and benefit and enjoy it, but you turn around and you pass it on to another woman who takes it for herself. And she decides to join you in having a Mary Kay business and in enriching her life. That's multiplication, because now you're not just touching your customers, but you're kind of touching her and all of her customers. And that joins her team and her customers. And you're multiplying your influence in a very simple way that doesn't require a whole lot of you. So that's why we call it multiplication. It's passing on what you have and what you enjoy in Mary Kay and letting another woman get in on it too. And then the last one for this section is to win by growing. And that's half of Mary Kay, I think, is the personal growth, the way that you learn, the way you become more confident, the way you develop your people skills or your organization or take on a fear or a challenge. That is the growth aspect that we want for women who come into Mary Kay. And so when you take something on, when you become victorious in an area, you learn, you just feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Please share it. That is a win, and it's huge, and we want to celebrate that. The next section down is what we call the mental bath. And this is a win because it's when you are taking ownership of your mind. And when you own your mind and you are in control of what's happening in there, it changes everything about your life. It overflows into what you say, into what you do, into the results that you get. I believe that at the very core of my being, that everything in our lives starts with what we're thinking and how we're thinking about things. So a mental bath is a way to literally clean your brain every morning to start the day with a healthy perspective and a freshness. And it is a victory. It is amazing. You do this day after day after day after day, and we honor that. And so the bath part stands for B, is one booking a day. When each day you get one new booking of an appointment with a woman product, whether it's a facial, a party, or her coming to an event that we're doing, that is a booking. Yay. A is to say your affirmation. And that is to speak out something positive and true that you want in your life. Affirming the woman that you are becoming. Affirming the choices that you're making. Not saying I have it all together and I'm perfect, but saying, you know what, today I choose to give my best for my family. Or today I choose to find the next one that I'm meant to bless with my business. You know, just speaking out something truthful and positive in your life versus, oh man, I'm so whatever, and being negative and down on ourselves. The T stands for a training. When you plug into a training of any kind, whether it's on Mary Kay in Touch, whether it's through Voxer or Facebook or YouTube, so just getting a little bit of Mary Kay training coming into your head, reviewing materials, things like that, that is so powerful for helping you grow every day. And then the H is to say hello to your director. And I mean that. We want to hear from you. And if we don't hear from you, honestly, all we know to think is you're not doing anything. Because we know when you are moving in your business, you have questions, you have victories, you have challenges. There are things you need to know. And so if there's no news, it's like, she must not be taking any action. We would rather hear from you that you're frustrated than hear nothing. We'd rather hear a victory and a accomplishment than nothing. Our job is your success. And so you communicating and daily checking in and letting us know what you're doing and asking a question, or, hey, I learned something really neat. I had a new idea, whatever it may be, that is like food for the soul of your director. Please do not hold back on that. Please, please, please. I beg of you, communicate with us as much as you can. And that's how you complete a mental bath. So when you do that any day, and you accomplish those, turn that in. We will celebrate you to the sky. And then last on this sheet is Grand Days. And that's a day when you sell $100 or you sell a miracle set or a time-wise repair set. That is cash in your pocket. That's a new loyal customer. And so whenever you have a grand day of $100 in sales or a skincare set at the size of the miracle set or the repair set, which is, of course, $100, let us know. We will celebrate that with you. And those are ways you can every single day be successful in your business. Now, a couple other things that we do as well. If you would grab the Customer Club picture. The Customer Club is super fun for you to know, and it's a way to win as you build customers. So as you have a sale with different women, there's a tracking sheet that we're going to give you so that you can pay attention to how many women you sell to. It can be $5, it can be $500, doesn't matter, but it's just different women that you have purchased product from you. And as you see in the picture for the Customer Club, when you have 25 customers, 25 different women who've purchased something from you, you are at club level 100. And when you share that with me, you get a fun prize. And then you can go to club level 200 and 300 and 400. And that is exciting because number one, it means that you are serving women, that you're helping them. And number two, it means income for you. It means you are earning some money from your business and really doing what we get to do in Mary Kay, which is help women feel great about looking great. Because yes, they're taking care of themselves. Yes, they have a product they love, but they're also buying from a company that has heart, They're buying from a company that is doing good in this world. They're getting a great value for the money that they're spending, and they get to invest in the life of a woman with that purchase. So it's not just, does she need cleanser, but does she want to be a part of a big like movement of women in this world? Does she want to purchase from that company? And then that, hey, I look good, and I'm also partnering with an incredible company. And so that's why we celebrate customers. It's not just how many people can you get to buy stuff, but how many women can feel great about looking great day by day by day as you build your business and serve them. So definitely keep track of your customers. And yes, that is the new consultant tracking sheet. So if you grab the new consultant tracking sheet, this is where you can track your customers. So look underneath where it says number of customers, first benchmark, second benchmark. Literally, all you have to do is write their name down. When they buy something, name, and just go through. And then it's your job to let our unit manager know when you get that done. Submit that as a win so that we can honor you. You can get your gift, and we can celebrate you in our team. So that's where you can track your customers. And literally, first names is fine. It's just a place to jot it down so you don't always have to go back and add that up. You can just add it in, and it doesn't count reorders. We want you to get reorders, but these are all new and individual people who purchase from you at a party, a facial, online, whatever it may be. So that's Customer Club and how to track that and keep track of that for your business. The one other thing that I want to touch on tonight, we're going to skip the monthly goal setting. We'll do that next week. But I just want to give you the two documents that also will help you with awareness. And it's the active status document that we'll look at next. And so as you win in your business, as you serve women and you build customers and you do all those things, active status is something that you just want to be aware of. This is not growth or oriented, but it's something to know. So if you open up that active status document, let's read this together real quick. Keep track of your active status and your earned discount privilege. This reminder can help you keep your active status current, keep your business on the cutting edge, and take advantage of your discount. That's the big thing, is the 50% discount. You want to know that you have it, and if you don't have it, why? And this is not, once you understand it, it's really not confusing. It doesn't change on you. You don't have to constantly relearn anything. But when you first understand active status, it can be a little bit like, well, trying to figure it out. So bear with me here, read through this, and if you have questions, contact me directly. So let's look at the definitions. Retail is what the customer pays. So it's the full price that's suggested in the catalog for the product. So that's retail. Wholesale is what you pay as a consultant. It's half off. So those two terms are going to be very dear to you over your Mary Kay career. But retail is full price, wholesale is the consultant price, half off. So the earned discount privilege, as I'm reading here, works this way. You get a 50% discount on any wholesale order, Section 1 wholesale order, when you order a minimum of $225 wholesale, which is $450 retail. I'm sorry, that is a typo. It's $450. I can do math. You'll continue to get a 50% discount on any Section 1 product order, no matter what size it is, as long as you're active. So let's talk about active. Active status, the month that you place a minimum $225 wholesale order, which is $450 retail, so it's worth $450, you pay $5, you're active. So if you order in January, $225 wholesale, January, February, March, you are active no matter what. Active 1, active 2, active 3, January, February, March. So those 3 months, because of that initial $225 order, you're good. You can order any amount at any time. Let's read on. In other words, you are considered active the month you place a minimum $225 wholesale order in the 2 following calendar months. As long as you stay active, you get your discount and your 50% off anytime that you are active, meaning it's in that 3-month window from your last $225 order. The $225 wholesale minimum can be accrued cumulatively in a month period. So if you're already active, you can hit that 225 level the next month throughout the month. So when you're inactive, you have to place the order all at once. If you are not active, if you haven't ordered in the last 3 months, or you're new, you have to do 225 at once. But from that point on, if in the next month you place smaller orders that hits that 225 mark, that becomes your new active one. And then you get 2 more months where you can order any amount for anything at that half off. So for example, should you be active and take advantage of your earned discount privilege, and the next month you place $125 wholesale order and $100 wholesale order, that would equal $225 wholesale. And so that becomes your new first month of active status. And you have 2 more months of active status after that. So it's always based on the 225, and the 225 means 3 months active. So do you get kicked out of Mary Kay if you go past the 3 months without ordering 225 again? No, you do not get kicked out of Mary Kay. What happens is that 4th month, if you haven't hit 225 in the 2nd or 3rd month, either of those months, then the 4th month, so January, February, March, April, you would be inactive, which means your discount would not be active at that time. So you would not receive half off until when you were ready, you placed 1 order of 225 again. It doesn't have to be April. It doesn't have to be May. It doesn't have to be June. It could be whenever you wanted to, up to that year mark, to place a 225 order. So if you build a business that's consistent and you're, regularly selling and sharing product, you don't even have to think about active status. It means nothing. The only time it comes into play is for people who are more part-time, hit and miss as far as selling regularly, people who are stocking up for themselves and things. Those are the people that typically need to pay attention to that status. And my assistant does contact women when they're getting close to that. We try to keep an eye, especially for newer girls, to make sure you don't miss out on keeping that active status, and make sure you don't pay full price. So read over this, take a look at those charts and examples so you can understand how it works, and then contact me if you have any questions. Okay, the last thing to pull up then is the Star Consultant Program document. And this is a fun victory that is a result of working your Mary Kay business. And this is something you can earn and qualify for that just happens because you're serving women and you're sharing the product and you're earning income for your family. And so the Star Consultant Program, as I read here, is a points reward system for Mary Kay consultants. Every time you place an order to Mary Kay, or you send out a customer delivery service order, you get a point for every wholesale dollar that you ordered. So what it costs you as a consultant. If your order cost you $50, that's 50 points. When you accumulate 1,800 points in the quarter, you're a star consultant. And that means prizes and fun stuff. So you have 3 months to accumulate those points, and then you cash in the points after the end of each quarter. And you'll see the contest periods are written out there, December 16 through March 15, March 16 through June 15, and on. So that shows you how the points accumulate. So your orders within that time frame add up, and then you cash in your points at the end of the quarter if you have at least 1,800. How to qualify. 1,800 points, which is $1,800 ordered in wholesale. And I like to help you understand that breaks down to selling $300 a week. So if you sell $300 a week and you just reorder off of that, and you take your normal profit and you invest what you would normal into your business, you'll be a Star Consultant forever. So that could be one really great party a week. That could be, 3 or 4 facials, or maybe 2 double facials. Like however you break it down, you can be a Star Consultant, which is the top 20% of our company, by simply selling $300 a week. And then of course, as you build your business and you have reorder business and reorders coming in, that helps with that $300 a week. And I can tell you I've been a star every single quarter that I've been in Mary Kay, and beyond at higher levels than just barely being one. And that's been pretty fun. So what's the big deal, right? What's the big deal? Before I tell you that, let me tell you where to see your points. On this document, Mary Kay tallies your points for you every couple of days. So there's how to find your current total. Click on those things and it'll take you to those points so you can see, where am I at? How much do I have? And then here's why you want to be a star. First off, every time you're a star, you get to choose a prize from Mary Kay that's shipped to you for free. There's some pictures on here of serving dishes, knife sets, sandwich makers, home decor, sunglasses, handbags, like you name it. This next quarter is all technology. And so they have a bunch of technological things. All kinds of stuff. It's just fun, very, very fun to earn a prize for doing your job, right? And for being successful. If you're on target to be a star, the next fun opportunity at the bottom of the page, if you're on target to be a star through the quarter, you get a gift, or you get to go out for our girls' night after the meeting once every month. And so being on target means just, okay, 600 points, 1,200 points, 1,800 points, 600 points, 1,200 points, 1,800 points. So it allows you to track that you're on target to be a star and to stay up with that. And we honor every woman who's on target and who does become a star. You get recognition at every Mary Kay event when you're a star. That is for sure. It's kind of crazy. You get a star ladder pin and a number that goes up for that pin for every single quarter. So when you go to events, you get to wear a really pretty pin that shows everyone that you are consistent and that you are in the top 20% of our company. And then lastly, if you earn star status for the whole year, which means 4 quarters of being a star, you get to go to a really cool star luncheon, and you get a really awesome gift at seminar. And like, awesome gift, I mean, I got a Kindle once, I got a Coach handbag once, like good gifts at the seminar prize party for being a star all year long. And so again, this star program is a byproduct that comes from you serving women and sharing the product and building a business that you want to build and being successful and bringing in that money for your family. That's where the STAR program comes into play. And so I invite you to enjoy the wins, enjoy the victories that you can have just by doing Mary Kay, just by working your business. And that's the cool thing, is being a part of a company that gives beyond just paying, 50% profit, but they do all these fun things on top of it. So be sure to share your wins and fill out the voucher from this class. Turn it in before we get back together. We only have 2 classes left before we finish the new consultant training round. And so thanks for being here and have a great night.